We have a fabulous range of organisations with us, which will really showcase the quality and variety of the voluntary and community sector in Richmond. Some will be names you know, but others may well be very local charities and groups that you are hearing about for the first time. So that's now enough from me, and I'm now going to introduce our first organisation, which is the Museum of Richmond. And it's going to be Genevieve Wilkes, who is the museum assistant from the Museum of Richmond, who's going to speak. Genevieve, there you are, fantastic. Right, you have a couple of minutes to speak, so over to you.
Obvious, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Genevieve and I'm the museum assistant at the Museum of Richmond. I'm just going to quickly start by explaining some key information about the museum. So we're a small and most importantly free local museum, and we're on the second floor of the Old Town Hall in Whitaker Avenue, so opposite the Ivy and basically on the riverside. Gorgeous building. Volunteers are an incredibly important part of the museum as they basically make up our front of house team, and we're currently recruiting for 4 visitor service volunteers to do this important role. As a visitor service volunteer, you are the first face that visitors see when they walk into the museum. You'll be responsible for greeting them, making them feel welcome, recording visitor numbers, and answering any questions that they have during their visit. You'll also be taking sales in our small shop, but full training will be provided, so don't worry if you don't have any experience with that. And also don't worry if you don't think you know enough about the history of Richmond. I was very much the same when I first started, and it's really easy just to get immersed into it. And we also, as I said, provide full and ongoing training and plenty of opportunities for you to familiarise yourself with the collection. And if you don't feel you can answer a visitor's question, it's okay, because there's always someone at the other end of the gallery and like a full-time member of staff that you can ask. So the key information for you all to know, the available slots that we have. So they're on Wednesday afternoons, Thursday mornings, Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. Morning slots are from 11 AM to 2 PM and afternoon slots are from 2 PM to 5 PM, except for Saturdays when they're 2 to 4 because of the building opening times. What we expect from you, we expect a weekly commitment of at least 6 months. This is so you can get comfortable and settled in the role and get as much out of it as possible. It is also possible to pick up shifts that other people can't make sometimes, but that is more of like on a casual basis. All the details are on our website under the Get Involved tab, or you can email us at info@museumofrichmond.com. Our volunteers are a really important part of the museum, and we have lots of events like Christmas parties and volunteer-only openings for exhibitions, and it's just a really, really nice environment to work in. And even if you don't fancy volunteering for us, the museum is definitely worth a visit, so pop along and see us. Thank you for listening, and any questions, just drop us an email.
Thank you very much, Genevieve. That was a fantastic pitch to get us going today. Lots of interesting information about Museum of Richmond and how people can get involved. As I said, people will get further information afterwards, so don't worry, attendees, if you can't note down everything that Genevieve was saying, that detail will be sent out to you. But it does sound like a fantastic opportunity, and thanks very much, Genevieve, for getting things going this afternoon. We're now going to move on to another organisation which is very different, Healthwatch Richmond, and we have Mike Derry, who is the Chief Officer for Healthwatch Richmond, to tell us more on the roles they have available. Hello Mike, over to you.
Thanks, Catherine, and thanks Richmond CVS for putting on this event. It's great to see such an excellent turnout in terms of people coming along to hear about the local voluntary sector. So my name's Mike Derry, I'm the Chief Officer of Healthwatch Richmond. If you've not come across Healthwatch, Healthwatchers are the independent watchdog for NHS and social care services. And we're recruiting for volunteers to our operational committee to steer our work and to support what we do. Healthwatch is a powerful organisation that ensures that people's experiences are at the heart of the way that the NHS and social care services are planned and run. By hearing from the community and using our relationships with leaders in the NHS and social care services, we've been able to make a huge difference to the way that care works. So you may have seen in the national press recently some coverage of the crisis in dental care services. That was something that we identified in Richmond and then raised to our national body, Healthwatch England. And we're working really hard to improve dentistry care for everybody across the country, but particularly in Richmond. As well as that, you may have seen some of the outcomes of our work. If you've been to Teddington Memorial Hospital in the last few years, the waiting area there was redesigned as a result of a review that we undertook a few years back. So as well as reviewing services and ensuring that the experiences of people are absolutely at the heart of the way that NHS and social care works, we also raise awareness of key issues. So things like vaccinations and the NHS data sharing issue, which is currently in the media at the moment. We do that through comms and through running high profile events. Around 200,000 people looked at our comms last year, so we have a big impact there. And finally, our role involves ensuring that people have access to health and social care services and can get answers to their questions. We do that by distributing guides to NHS care and support across Richmond, and also through running a signposting service. And we helped hundreds of people last year to get answers to their questions. The Healthwatch Committee is absolutely at the heart of what we do, and our Healthwatch Committee members are really key to supporting our work. They advise our staff on our work plans and the way we go about doing our work. They ensure the quality of our work by reviewing our reports and ensuring that what we're doing is effective and evidence-based. And they also represent us in both high profile and operational meetings and events with leaders in the NHS and the council. In terms of commitment, we're looking for people who can give up around 7 hours a month. The Healthwatch Committee itself meets 6 to 8 times a year, but also there are things to do perhaps by correspondence or attending other people's committees and activities to make sure that we understand what's going on with our colleagues in the NHS and social services, and also that the issues that we're keen to raise are well heard and received, and pushing for change. We'd be really keen to hear from you, whether it be with questions of your own, or if you'd like to find out more about Healthwatch Richmond, or to apply for the Healthwatch Committee. So do look us up, Healthwatch Richmond. You can find us online or by calling the signposting line, which is 0208 099 5335. Thanks, Catherine.
Thanks very much, Mike. And yes, that was a great pitch and really interesting work that Healthwatch Richmond do, giving people and patients a voice in the community around health and care services. Don't worry if you didn't note down the phone number. As I say, all that information will be sent out to you afterwards. So thank you very much, Mike. Right, we are now going to move on to our third pitch, which is Laura Burt, who is the volunteer coordinator at Learn English at Home. So there you are, Laura. Hello, and you're off mute. That's great. Thank you. Right, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Well, lovely to see you, except we can't see you. So who are Learn English at Home? We do exactly what our name suggests. We work in 3 London boroughs, Kingston and Richmond and Hounslow, and we're teaching English to adults, predominantly refugees and migrants. We want those we support to integrate into their local communities and realise their ambitions and potential. So what do? We achieve our aims by providing one-to-one English tuition. We also run a number of community classes, and this is all made possible through our wonderful volunteer tutors. Pre-March 2020, this was all done in people's homes and community centres across the boroughs, but now we're operating 100% remotely. And we currently have around 90 pairs of students and tutors working together, along with 6 classes a week that we run over Zoom. So we work with a variety of students. Many of them are vulnerable or isolated. They may be in a refuge or have unstable housing situations. Many have small children and can't access college courses. This could be because their English level is too low, or they're not able to leave their children to attend. Many haven't actually received an education in their native country, or perhaps had a very interrupted education, so they may not be able to read or write in their native language. So our students come from all over the world. Last year we worked with students from 53 countries who between them spoke 34 different languages. In terms of what volunteer roles are available, we're currently recruiting mainly for our one-to-one tutors. Please be reassured you do not need to have any teaching experience at all to volunteer with us. We also positively encourage those who speak English as a second language to volunteer with us. Our online training course runs over 5 weeks for a couple of hours each session. and covers everything you need to know. The next course is going to be running from September. Once you're matched with a student, you also have ongoing support from one of our teams, so you're never left on your own. We can help with all sorts of topics and appropriate resources and teaching strategies. So in terms of the commitment, we ask our one-to-one volunteer tutors to provide one English lesson a week for up to an hour. There might also be a little bit of planning and preparation time every week. Teaching takes place during the working day, Monday to Friday, so that's so that we can make sure that we're here to support you if we need to. The minimum commitment is 6 months. Ideally, we would like volunteers to commit to up to a year. And then after a year, we encourage our students onto other avenues. So they may be able to access one of the classes we provide, or go to college, or start volunteering, or even working. So why should you volunteer with us? It's a fantastic opportunity to make a huge difference to someone's life for just a small amount of time and effort. One of our clients recently said to us, "You did a lot for me, you've made my life better, and you have made me be more independent." I hope to hear from some of you after today, and thanks very much for listening.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Laura. Brilliant stuff going on at Learn English at Home, and a real good chance for an opportunity there to volunteer with you. So thank you very much for that. Right, we're on to pitch number 4, and I'm now pleased to welcome Sam Finn, who is the Chief Exec of The People Hive, which is based in Twickenham. Hello, Sam, over to you.
Hi, thank you, Catherine. So as Catherine said, my name's Sam and I work for The People Hive. We're a small local charity based in Twickenham. We support adults with learning disabilities, and at the moment we support nearly 200 people. We're a very small staff team, and we rely heavily on our volunteers, of which at the moment we have 56, so you can see how important they are to us. You don't need to have experience with learning disabilities to be able to work with us. We are just looking for enthusiastic individuals who are willing to support our charity. You may have seen us, we've got a gallery in Twickenham, and local artists sell their wares there. So we are looking for volunteers to help within the gallery, but we also provide an enormous amount of activity in the local community. This ranges from employment opportunities, work experience, job clubs, book clubs, etc. So we're looking for volunteers to help support that. All of our activities always have a member of staff leading, so you would never be on your own with clients, you're there to support the activity. Other things we do are day trips, theatre trips, boat trips, etc. So, you know, it's a great day out, you're supporting vulnerable people to have a great time, and hey, a free theatre trip as well. What more could you want? We pride ourselves on the support we give our volunteers. Many of our volunteers come to us with low self-esteem, low confidence, and we've been able to support people to feel good about themselves and move on to roles themselves. We don't have any fixed time commitments that we need from people. Some people help out every week, other people every couple of months, so we really are flexible. So as I said, the main roles we need are to help within the gallery or with our activities. However, we're always looking for people to help with social media or marketing. So if any of you have those skills, we'd be quite happy to talk with you as well. So if you'd like a further discussion, please do contact me. You'll be able to get my details from RCVS. Thank you very much for listening.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sam. And that was really good and great to hear more about what's going on at the People Hive and all the opportunities there are for people to volunteer. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you.
Great. Lovely. Right. So we are now moving on to the Mulberry Centre, which is based in the grounds of West Middlesex Hospital. And I'm pleased to introduce Debbie Davey, who is the Mulberry Macmillan Volunteer Lead. So Debbie, are you with us, and are you off mute? There you are. I can see you. Fantastic, Debbie. Over to you.
Good afternoon. I'm Debbie from the Mulberry Centre, a cancer information and support centre and an independent charity based in the grounds of the West Middlesex University Hospital in Isleworth. Our mission is to provide support and information for people affected by cancer by offering practical ways of enhancing physical, psychological and emotional well-being. Although most of our users come from the boroughs of Hounslow, Richmond and Ealing, we're open to all regardless of postcode. We hold the Macmillan Quality Environmental Mark Award for excellent facilities And last week, we had the exciting news that we'd been honoured with the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service, the highest award a voluntary group can receive in the UK. All our services to the public are provided free of charge and include one-to-one support groups, complementary therapies, wellbeing classes, online workshops, community engagement and peaceful space. Currently, we have a number of roles in our, required from volunteers suitable for people aged 18 and older with a minimum of 6 months to give to us. The first role is press and media volunteer role, which would suit a dedicated person with a strong PR media background with previous experience of drafting promotional copy and media content and scheduling press and media campaigns with a view to inspiring donations and fundraising. The second role is an event fundraising volunteer role, which will provide support for community events that will help raise funds, assisting with research and planning and delivery of events, sourcing raffle prizes and experiences, and sorting and pricing donated goods. This opportunity is ideal for someone who likes to meet new people and would like to gain some experience of supporting events and marketing. Both those roles can be carried out remotely and hours are flexible. We are also looking for community engagement volunteers with spare hours on a regular basis to go out into the local community to deliver leaflets and posters to pre-agreed places and raise awareness for our services. For more confident volunteers, this could lead to making presentations and delivering talks. We're looking for volunteers who can cover any of the following areas: Twickenham, St Margaret's, Chiswick or Ealing. We are also looking for more complementary therapists, especially those trained and qualified in massage, and more qualified counsellors to join our team of volunteers providing one-to-one support sessions to clients, either one morning or afternoon per week. We appreciate these two roles as specialists, but even if you're not qualified yourself, you may know someone who is and who might be interested. Last but not least, we have a small number of vacancies within our popular welcomers team. Welcomers are the first people new and existing clients see when they come to the centre, so this role is suitable for people with a warm, friendly personality and good communication and listening skills. It requires a can-do attitude, as there's a variety of tasks, including housekeeping duties, helping use of the library, feedback, and talking to clients who want to chat. A commitment of one morning or afternoon a week is required. We have vacant slots on Fridays or for people who can be flexible and cover other slots. Thank you for listening, and I hope some of these roles interest you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie. That was fantastic. Huge range of opportunities available at the Mulberry Centre. Brilliant. So I hope you're all keeping up with us. We've now heard from 5 organisations, hugely different organisations as well, with lots of different opportunities. Again, just to repeat, information will be sent out to you with all the details on Monday. We're now going to ask you for some more views. So we have another poll for you. This is for all the attendees. This time the poll is going to be asking you what you want to get out of volunteering, what your expectations are around volunteering. So I'm now going to ask Sid to run the poll, please. So you will have a minute and a half or so to just read through the options. I think you can tick as many as you like on this one, about what you hope to gain from taking on a new volunteer role. Just give you a bit longer because a lot of you are still busy voting. Right, I think, we've still got a couple more voting, right? So I think we're almost there. People are still voting. Okay, Sid, thank you. I think we'll stop the poll now and show the results. We've got quite an even split, but it's a brilliant first choice reason for why people want to volunteer, to get more involved in my local community. And I think that's certainly something that has come out to us. We always know there's a high ethos around volunteering in Richmond. We're very lucky that a lot of people want to volunteer and get involved in all sorts of things. We've seen this a lot during the last year with the COVID pandemic. Richmond CVS running the volunteering service, we had just over 3,000 people register with us in 4 weeks, I think it was, to offer help to the local community. So very much, I think since then, people have been thinking more about how they can get involved in their local community. So it's great that that's the highest reason, but also followed quite closely by how they can make use of skills and experience they already have. So I think that's sort of probably related to giving back, being able to help other people with the expertise that you have. So a nice range of reasons why people want to get involved in volunteering. And some people are also wanting to do it because they want to have fun, which is perfectly a reasonable idea. Volunteering is known to be very good for your well-being. And it can help you feel more connected to your community, help you learn new skills, and also have interaction with people, which is very good for our emotional and mental well-being. So thank you very much for that, Sid. I think we can stop sharing the results now. Thank you everyone for voting in that. It's just useful for us to know why people are motivated to volunteer, and we use some of that information in some of the reports we have to do. Lovely. Right, we are now going to move on to another one of our speakers. And this time I'm going to invite Sarah Vines, who is the Chief Executive of Integrated Neurological Services, to talk to us. Hello, Sarah, welcome, and over to you.
Lovely. Hi. So as Catherine said, my name's Sarah. I'm the CEO at INS, or Integrated Neurological Services, and we're a small, friendly charity providing ongoing physical, emotional and social support to adults with neurological conditions and their carers. And we've been going over 25 years. We're based in Hampton Road in Twickenham, but we support people in Richmond and the surrounding boroughs. We have a great multidisciplinary team made up of therapists, social work, counselling, administrators, expanding horizons, and also our volunteers, who make up a really important part of our team. And our volunteers have come to us for a range of reasons, both bringing skills they already had, but very often wanting to know and understand more about the work we do. Since the pandemic, like many charities, we've had to look at the way we deliver our service, and everything we now deliver is based on a range of face-to-face services, but also a continuing online service. And because of that, we've had to look at our volunteering, and we've got some fantastic opportunities for people, which are very flexible now, to enable them to get involved. So to start with, we need group volunteers, and our group volunteers both support the team to deliver a range of groups, from gardening to crafts to exercise to mindfulness. And those volunteers can either work with us face to face here to support the staff, but equally we do groups online, and they can support us online, and that can be as little as an hour a week. We need more befriending volunteers. Befriending has been a service that has been really well used this past year, and we want people to connect with service users, some of those who can't come in, who often will be contacted regularly by phone. You will be fully trained to deliver this role and fully supported. We're also looking for admin volunteers. Admin volunteers are always very important to a charity like us. And that could be from something like delivering, being on reception, meeting and greeting service users and visitors as they come in, but also to help with some of the finance activities. Could be invoicing, could be helping us get involved with dealing with donations from fundraising, and there's lots of opportunities and flexibility around admin volunteering. We're also looking some volunteers around events and fundraising. As you can imagine, it's been a very different year over the last year, and we've adapted our events to be online as well. But we're looking forward, and we're looking for volunteers who can both support online events such as quizzes, but also face-to-face events as they come back later on in the year, hopefully. And also, to a charity like us, social media is very important for two reasons. One, to make sure we reach as many people in the community as possible so they understand what INS does, but also in terms of our fundraising efforts, again, spreading the word and giving people information about events we might be holding. So that's very important. And last but very much not least is we are currently looking for some trustees. especially trustees with a finance background, and new to INS is a trustee with an HR background. So I hope you'll look at our website again. All of our information is there and on the CVS volunteer website, and please do contact us. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sarah. Lots of opportunities at INS. And I think what you were saying reminded me that obviously because of the year we've had, it's now a time as things start to ease where groups are sort of looking to recruit volunteers to do activities that haven't been able to happen for a while and are just thinking about how they're going to move forward. So it's a really good time to be getting involved with a local organisation. So thank you very much, Sarah, for telling us more about what's available at INS. That's great. Right, now we have had a couple of changes in our lineup since we sent out the original information to early bookers, and a couple of organisations had to drop out because they found they didn't need any more volunteers. One of them was the Twickenham Rugby Museum. But that does mean that we had space for other organisations to join us, which is really good news. And so I'm now really pleased to invite Amy Francis, who is the chair of the Twickenham and Teddington and District branch of the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. So hello, Amy, lovely to see you, and look forward to hearing you talk about what you have to offer in volunteering roles.
Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister for you there, sorry. So hi, everyone. I'm Amy. As Catherine just mentioned, I'm the volunteer branch chair for the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, or RNLI, Twickenham, Teddington and District branch. I'm sure many of you will be familiar with our yellow wellies and orange boats. We've been around since 1824, and some of you may have also seen our Saving Lives at Sea programme on the BBC. If you don't know much about us, in 2019, our lifeboat crews rescued and assisted over 38,000 people in the UK, and our water safety teams engaged over 600,000 young people in our education programme, as well as conducting swim safe courses for over 62,000 children, in addition to running our water safety programmes internationally. With more people heading for the Thames and for UK beaches than ever before in 2020, we faced our busiest year yet, and the unprecedented situation we're facing is set to continue this summer. When I ask people where they think their local RNLI lifeboat station is, lots of people say Southend or Brighton, but if you didn't know, we do also have 4 stations along the Thames, including ones in Chiswick and Teddington. As a side note, Teddington Lifeboat Station are also currently appealing for volunteer crew, but you do have to be based within a 3-minute call radius of that station. So if it's not relevant for you, maybe you'll know somebody who does live in the Teddington area. We're not publicly funded, so we rely heavily on the generosity of our supporters, much like many of the others on this call, to keep going. 95% of us that make up the RNLI are volunteers. Our lifeboat crew and education teams need the resources and equipment to carry out their work, which is where the fundraising branches come in. We're here to plan and run events, fundraising activities, distribute and monitor our collection boxes in local shops and businesses, and support anyone doing sponsored activities in aid of the RNLI in the local area to maximise those opportunities. I haven't limited what we're looking for to specific roles. I'm looking for anyone who's passionate for the water and fundraising to join us, whether you can give an hour here and there on an ad hoc basis or can commit to more. At the moment, we most urgently need bodies on the ground for street collections and events across Richmond, Twickenham and Teddington, but longer term, as we build our fundraising activities calendar, I'll also need help with things like social media and local marketing for our events, event organisation and various admin tasks. This year to date, as examples, we've done a few street collections, a sponsored litter pick, a comedy night with a local pub and a silent auction, with lots more in the pipeline. And we're hoping to build on this as restrictions ease further. Hence, we need a willing band of volunteers like you. You'll get our contacts on Monday, so I would hope to hear from some of you. Thank you.
Fantastic, Amy. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. Yes, details will be sent out. So do get in touch with Amy if you'd like to know more. Right, we are now moving on to pitch number 8, and our speaker is Alex McKee, who is the training supervisor at Citizens Advice Richmond. There you are, Alex. Hello, over to you.
Hi everyone, and thank you to Richmond CVS for inviting us to this event to talk about our work and volunteer roles. So I'm Alex, the training supervisor at Citizens Advice Richmond. So at Citizens Advice Richmond, we provide free, impartial advice to anyone who lives, works, studies, or cares for someone who lives in the borough. We advise our clients on a range of issues, including benefits, employment, housing, and debt. We aim to empower our clients to deal with the problems they face, and we help them in a variety of ways, from helping them to make a benefit claim to negotiating with their creditors if they have debt issues. Currently, we have moved all our services remotely, so our volunteers are providing advice over the phone or email. We're hoping to return to some face-to-face in the future, of course. Previously, we saw clients across the borough in Sheen, Richmond, Barnes, Ham, Hampton Hill and Hampton. So currently we're recruiting for volunteer assessors for our remote advice service. Assessors are an initial point of contact for our clients and help with a range of issues. An assessor will explore a client's problems with them and will assess the risk or urgency of the issue. They will also identify the next steps to be taken and reassure a client that we can help them. An assessor will need to accurately write up the case record as well following the call, as other volunteers might take up the client's issue, more specialist advisors possibly. We do require a commitment of 1 day a week for the role, partly due to the training and also to to help with our rota. Really, we have an enormous amount of calls during the week. So volunteers with us receive comprehensive training, and the assessors will initially receive 6 weeks of training 1 day a week before they become client facing. They'll also have observations and shadowing of other more experienced assessors and advisors. They'll have the option to move on to training to be a full advisor as well. So volunteering with Citizens Advice Richmond will enhance your communication and problem solving skills. It'll teach you a lot about the issues our clients face, and you will feel that you've made a real difference to people's lives and your local community. So if you'd like to contact us, you can at volunteering@citizensadvicerichmond.org. You can call me to discuss the role if you want to talk to somebody. My number's 07446 330 or all the details are on our website, www.citizensadvicerichmond.org/volunteering. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Alex. Great opportunities there at Citizens Advice Richmond. And as I say, if you didn't get those details noted down, don't worry, because of course we are sending the details out as well afterwards. So one way or another, you will be able to get in touch with Alex. That's fantastic. Thank you. Right, we are now moving on to Richmond Furniture Scheme. And I'm pleased to welcome Lucy Stepan, who is the volunteer coordinator. Hello, Lucy, over to you.
Hi, my name's Lucy. I'm the volunteer coordinator at Richmond Furniture Scheme. We are a small furniture charity. We have 3 main aims. Firstly, main aim is to provide very affordable second-hand furniture to people in our local community, sometimes have very limited funds and need our support, but anyone can come in and make a purchase. Second aim is to recycle and upcycle furniture, try and keep it out of landfill, and hopefully give it a new lease of life and pass it on to a new home. And the third aim is volunteering, to provide a safe space for volunteers. All the furniture that we sell in our warehouse is donated. We're based in Twickenham. We have a van that does all the collections. We bring it into the warehouse. We upcycle it if that's what's needed. Sometimes things need a bit of a repair, and we sell it in our warehouse and online. We support many local people who've been given a grant for essential items of furniture because they don't have anything. So they might have been given a grant perhaps by the local assistance scheme with Richmond Council, or maybe Hampton Fund. And we support a lot of people in those situations to get some essentials. We have a constant cycle of furniture coming in and going out. We're open Monday to Saturday, and we do deliveries as well. We are currently looking for volunteers from any walk of life at all. We're looking for people who are perhaps carpenters or can repair furniture. We're looking for people who can upcycle furniture, maybe are able to paint furniture and give a wardrobe or a chest of drawers or an old chair a whole new look. We're looking also for people who can come and work in our warehouse. We need help with lifting and shifting furniture onto a van, off a van, but we're also looking for people who can help and serve customers. You know, it's all about moving the furniture on, and a lot of people come in and are looking for essential items. So we're looking with people who can help to serve customers, help them to feel at ease if they're on a grant, and perhaps organise their delivery times. You would learn to use our systems that we operate. And we're also looking for admin staff. We always need help in the office. We are inundated with phone calls and emails from people who are looking to donate items. We can help with it. We have a wonderful environment to work in. There's a lot of volunteers with amazing talents and skills. So why not come and join us, maybe meet new people, learn some new skills perhaps, and enjoy, you know, supporting the local community. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Lucy. Great opportunities there, and it was really nice to hear more about the Richmond Furniture Scheme. Thank you very much. Right, number 10 is Gary Williams, who is the Community and Volunteer Manager at Rules, a local pan disability organisation. Hello, Gary, over to you.
Hi, thank you, and afternoon, everyone. My name's Gary Williams. I'm the Community and Volunteer Manager at Rules. We're a Teddington-based charity covering the Borough of Richmond in terms of the services we deliver. We're a charity run by and for disabled people, supporting disabled children and adults and the elderly to live independent lives. I was a volunteer for 12 months for Rules before I became the Community and Volunteer Manager 3 months ago. So I really appreciate how crucial our volunteer network is to the services we deliver, and how appreciated and rewarding that role is, the various roles are for Rules in terms of what we deliver into the community. Today I want to talk to you about 2 key roles that we have had great benefit for the last 12 months, and one which I think will be fantastic going forward. The first role is our befriending role. That was a role we had before the pandemic started, but because of the pandemic, it's exacerbated the issue of isolation and loneliness. So we're very much looking for more befrienders as we come out of the pandemic and go hopefully back into more normal life, to keep providing this service in terms of what is going to still be an issue in terms of isolation and needing of befriending and stopping at the issue of loneliness that society increasingly suffers from. So with these befrienders, you'll be fully trained. There's comprehensive training and support. We're there to guide you through. There's a matching process in terms of who you'll be befriended with, and you'll have someone there to guide you and help you through the process in terms of what we ask of you. And that ask is a minimum commitment of 3 months on a weekly basis. And we ask for reports and the dialogue continuing in terms of what you need to know. The second crucial role is something that we've just rolled out as a pilot scheme, which is a one-to-one walking from home support mechanism for people who have been isolated for the last 12 months, some of them having not left their houses and have increasingly felt lonely and isolated, with the knock-on effects of well-being issues in terms of their fitness, in terms of their confidence. So this is a scheme where you go to people's houses and with a pre-arranged route that people want to take on, and that actually mixes the activity with the well-beingness and with the befriending in terms of all-in-one holistic type service. So something that the feedback I'm getting already from some of our clients, they love. One client the other day rang me up. She'd done 3 walks with a client who took her to Richmond Park. And then one day she woke up and said, right, I can do this walk on my own. And literally went out on a road, took a picture from Richmond Park and rang me to say I'd done this. So it's a very rewarding role, along with the befriending, lots of great feedback and so appreciated. So I look forward to all your calls. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Gary. Two great roles at Rules there, and really important to get people back into the community, because we know that isolation and loss of confidence has been a real issue for people during the last year. So thank you very much for that. Right, we have one more pitch before we have our third and final poll. So I'd now like to invite Karen King, who is the organiser at Ham and Petersham SOS, to tell us more about the organisation and the roles you have available. Hello, Karen, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Catherine. As Catherine said, my name is Karen. I run Ham and Petersham SOS. We are one of the 8 neighbourhood care groups that provide a variety of services throughout the borough. We specifically provide services, support, advice, information, activities and events for older people and those with disabilities in the Ham and Petersham area. So that is a very specific geographical location. It is a little village within itself, and we aim to provide an escape from being alone for those that are home. Ham has one of the highest populations of over 75s in the borough. 50% of those are said to live on their own. So the activities we do are vitally important. So we provide a variety of volunteering opportunities that might be of interest to some of you, from the more ad hoc things like providing transport in your own car, to the more regular things like helping to run our weekly coffee mornings or our weekly lunch club. So you will be sent information on Monday, thanks to Catherine and the team, and it will detail an awful lot of our volunteering opportunities. One thing that we really are struggling with, one of our office volunteers has decided to retire. She's been with us an awful long time. She has just turned 80. So we are looking at recruiting some new office volunteers. Full training is given. We ask for a commitment of once a fortnight. So we are specifically looking for office volunteers. We're also looking for drivers of your car, or if you're brave enough and fancy undertaking some training, we are looking for minibus drivers. Now, our minibus provides a weekly shopping bus service. We do a door-to-door pickup, pop to Sainsbury's, allow them to do their shopping and help them when they come home. So if you're up for that, please do give us a shout. Other things are less sporadic, and we may not have a formal job description on the CVS's website, but if you do have specific skills, if you are interested in what we do, we may be able to put your skills and your knowledge to use. It is always worth sending me an email and letting me know you are interested, and we will see if we can find you something to be involved in. So I'm going to stop there. I can talk forever, so that's my 2 minutes. So thank you very much. Thanks for listening, guys. Looking forward to the next poll, and that's me done.
Brilliant, thank you, Karen. Really nice to hear what's going on at Ham and Petersham SOS. And there, look, there's an opportunity to drive a minibus. You don't get that every day. So yes, do get in touch with Karen if you're interested in knowing more about what they've got on offer. Right, as Karen says, it's now time for our third and final poll before we hear the last batch of speakers. So this poll is going to be recognising the fact that some of you are not necessarily volunteering for the first time. Some may already be involved in volunteering. And we just want to get a sense from you of how many of you have already done some volunteering and how many might be new. So Sid, can you run the next poll, please? Lovely. So yes, volunteering experience. What volunteering, if any, do you already do or have you done in the past? And you can tick as many options as you like, providing you've done them, because it would be really, really good to get an idea of what people are involved in. So we'll just give that half a minute or so to give you a chance to read it all through and vote. Okay, ooh, just a couple more. Some people are thinking about it quite a lot, I think. So right, I'm going to close the poll now. So thank you, Sid. Can you share the results, please? Lovely. So, a lot of people have volunteered in the past, but not at present. So you're obviously looking for a new role to get you going again in volunteering. That's great to know. Quite a few people are already doing some volunteering, 30% of you, that's good. But importantly, we've got just over a quarter of you who are new to volunteering. So particular welcome to you, because it's really good that you are wanting to find out more about how you can help your local community. So thank you for that, Sid. You can take those down, and thanks everyone for voting in that. It's just useful to get a sense of what people's experience is. So thank you. Right, we're into the final lot of pictures. So I'm now going to invite Linda Hance, who is the Secretary and Treasurer of Friends of Murray Park, to tell us about the roles they have available. Hello, Linda.
Thanks, Catherine. Hello, everyone. Thanks for bearing with us this long into the afternoon. I'm Linda, as Catherine said. I'm one of the committee members of Friends of Murray Park. And Murray Park is in Kneller Road in Witton, and it's a delightful little park, and we've helped to significantly improve it by working closely with the council in the last 6.5 years that we've been established. We're an ambitious group, and our next step in our vision plan is to take on a long lease of Murray Park Hall from the council and bring it back into use for the community. The hall is a large, we think 1930s building, and it's very dilapidated. The council has no money to improve it. But as a community group, and eventually developing into a community interest company, we would be able to get funding and grants. So we really want to get lots of different activities going in the hall, including a community cafe, and have the toilets open for park users, because that's what the local community are desperate for. We plan to be able to hire out the hall as well, and we would need to make the whole thing self-sufficient in terms of income and expenditure over time. What we need is people to help us who've got great project skills to get this going and get this off the ground. We need people with business planning experience, lease application, legal negotiations, building surveying, architectural design, and business development. And I'm sure there's many more things that I've not listed there and you might think, oh, actually, she'd need that. So please do step forward if you think you've got something to offer us. We see this as a start and finish task group to get the hall into the community ownership. And we imagine probably it'll last a couple of years, depending on the speed of our success, and the level of your input would depend on what it is you can offer us. And then, you know, whether you would be with us for the whole of the 2 years or whether you'd be with us for part of our journey. So we'd love to hear from you. We'd love you to tell us what skills, time and energy you've got to offer us. And in return, you'll be involved with a really friendly group and have the satisfaction of making a huge difference to a local community that deserves a fabulous resource. Thank you.
Sorry, I finally did it. I started speaking when I was on mute. I thought I was doing okay. So thank you very much, Linda. That was perfect. Thank you very much for telling us more about how people can get involved at Friends of Murray Park. Brilliant. Right, we are now moving on to Jamie Cutler, who is the Inclusion Manager at Richmond Aid, Pan Disability Organisation based in Teddington. Hello, Jamie.
Hello. Hi. Firstly, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks to RCVS for organising this. I think it's going to be really useful for lots of people. So I'm going to give you a really quick sketch of some of the volunteer opportunities that we've currently got at Richmond Aid. So Richmond Aid, we're a local disability charity. We do lots of advice, information and support, lots of that, but we also run lots of funky kind of practical projects as well, which has obviously been very tricky during the last year of the pandemic. So as we navigate out of lockdown, as ever, we need lots of great volunteers to help our practical projects to really thrive. So we've got a couple that are a kind of legacy of COVID and some more older projects as well. So in terms of COVID, we're still running a shopping support project. So we have volunteers that join a sort of bank of volunteers that help provide and do a bit of shopping for people that are kind of elderly and isolated and might still be shielding. If we've got any keen gardeners out there, you can join our award-winning Spade project that won the Community Heroes Award this year with the council. And that helps older and disabled people to maintain their gardens when they can't manage it anymore. So that's very popular. And then one of the biggest kind of volunteer-based projects for us is a project called Buddy Up. So that's working with young disabled people aged 14 to 18 who live in both the Richmond and Kingston boroughs. And basically it allows them to, supports them to get out and have some fun and to develop some greater self-esteem and confidence. And obviously we need lots of volunteers to kind of support that project. So the main thing to say around that is that nobody gets thrown in at the deep end, either from the family side or from the volunteer side. There's lots of support from myself and my team. And also I think it's important to say that lots of people make an assumption that they need to have bucket loads of experience with disability to work on a project like that. And you actually don't. You need to be, you know, reliable, enthusiastic, young at heart, good fun. And we can teach you all about autism and anxiety and attention deficit. But what's great about it is you only need to give a few hours, maybe every week or every other week, and then you can actually make a massive impact on a young person and also with their family. So people might do individual sessions with their young person at weekends or after school. And then we also do lots of kind of ad hoc group sessions, big groups, small groups. We've done lots of fun things over the years. So just to give you an idea, we've done London walks, outdoor cinema. We've done lots of special sailability classes. We've done museums. And we've also done one of my personal favorites. We did the International Day of Pillow Fighting a few years ago, which was basically a big flash mob of a huge pillow fight in Kennington Park, which was one of the Buddy Uppers favorites. So if anybody would like to get involved, please just contact us at Richmond Aid, info@richmondaid.org.uk, and there's details on our CVS as well. So thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Jamie. Sounds great. Lots of good opportunities going on there. Thank you for telling us about them. Right, we're down to the last three now, and the next speaker is Natalie White, who is the volunteer coordinator at Age UK Richmond. Hello, Natalie. What roles have you got on offer?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Natalie from Age UK Richmond upon Thames. Now, at Age UK Richmond, we work all over the borough, delivering services and activities to promote the well-being of older people and to help make later life a fulfilling and enjoyable experience. A very quick overview of some of the things that we can offer. We provide information and advice, help at home, IT support, activities to socialise through our wellbeing services and our 3 social centres. But we couldn't run our services without our amazing volunteers. And while we've kept things going and adapted our services during the pandemic, we're looking to get some more amazing people on board to help support the work that we do in the community. I'm going to run through some of the current opportunities that we have, but if these roles are not what you're looking for, then please do get in touch and we can have a chat about things that might be of interest to you. We've got a couple of roles for any keen gardeners out there. We've got a community gardening volunteer to help a small group of clients at our allotment in Teddington, a couple hours a week. And also our social centre in Barnes is looking for someone to help keep their garden tidy so our centre members can sit out and enjoy. Our Nightingale service is a free short-term service which helps residents leaving hospital, and they're looking for some practical help, particularly with bulky furniture moves. So it suits somebody that can be flexible and work around the borough. Our busy social centre in Whitton is looking for a kitchen support volunteer on a Tuesday or Friday to help prepare teas, coffees and light meals. Or if you could spare some time to help lonely and isolated residents by giving them a call and having a friendly chat or helping with an assisted walk, then we'd love to hear from you. As I said, the organisation covers such a wide range of services that if you want to support Age UK in another way, maybe something more office-based or helping out in a social centre, then please do get in touch. If you'd like to learn new skills, meet new people and make a difference to the lives of older people, then we would be delighted to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Natalie. Really great to hear what's available at Age UK Richmond. Thank you. Right, we are now moving on to Helen Bott, who is the training coordinator at Girl Guiding Greater London West. Hello, Helen.
Hello.
Over to you.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Helen. I'm the volunteer training coordinator for Girl Guiding Greater London West. Girl Guiding is the leading charity for girls and young women in the UK. We are a volunteer-led organisation. Some of you may have been Rainbows, Brownies or Guides, or perhaps you're involved in the Scouts. I'll just go with brief information about our organisation. That we have 400,000 girls and young women involved in Girl Guiding in the UK. and we have 80,000 adult volunteers currently involved. In the Greater London West County, we cover the boroughs of Richmond, Kingston, Merton and Sutton. We have over 4,600 girls aged between 5 and 26. And there's around 240 groups that meet weekly in the local areas, and you've probably seen them in community centres and places of worship. And we have over 1,000 adult volunteers currently. So what can you do? We need more volunteers to be able to help us create amazing opportunities for girls in your local area. Our volunteers run projects, events and activities that give girls a chance to discover their potential and learn new skills that set them up for life. So there are lots of ways you can volunteer for Girl Guiding. It's flexible and can fit around busy lifestyles. You can also acquire new skills and receive training along the way. Volunteers can start with girls from the age of 14, and we also welcome those who are doing their Duke of Edinburgh's Award, and we have a Young Leaders programme. Women aged 18 plus can become leaders, helping and supporting run local units. Men 18 plus can become unit helpers, again supporting help local groups. We also have lots of other roles, supporter roles, taking on such roles as accounts, admin, IT support, that sort of thing. So why do it? Well, as well as acquiring new skills, you also have fun, meet new people and give back to the local community at the same time. If you are interested, please go to our national website, which is girlguiding.org.uk, where you can find out more information and register your interest. And finally, thank you very much for listening and giving your time today.
Thank you very much, Helen. That was great. Really good to hear more about what's on offer at Girl Guiding Greater London West. Thank you. Lovely. Right, we are at number 16. So I'd now like to invite Taryn Davidson, who is volunteer coordinator at Shooting Star Children's Hospices. Hello, Taryn.
Hi there. Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening and bearing with us. And hopefully I'm not last, but least but last. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the charity to start with. We look after children, babies and young people who all have a life-limiting condition. And we've got about 700 families that we care for across Surrey and 15 London boroughs. And it costs us about 8.8 million to keep our current level of services going, and we only get about 8% of that money from the government. So we really rely on the support of volunteers and on our general supporters to keep the charity going. We've got two hospices, Christopher's in Guildford and Shooting Star House in Hampton. Now, many of you locals may have heard that sadly we had to close Shooting Star House for clinical services in the pandemic because of lack of funding. But I'm really pleased to tell you that in August we are reopening it for therapeutic services and for our office base. So it's very exciting, and that's one of the reasons we really need volunteers back to help us at the hospice. We're looking for gardeners. We've just formed a new gardening group on a Thursday morning. It's just for a couple of hours. You don't need to be a plant expert or anything. Just come along, be part of our team. It's very sociable and good fun. We're looking for housekeepers to keep the hospice spick and span. We've got very high clinical standards, obviously, and it's just a couple of hours a week again in the morning to help our paid staff housekeepers as well, keep it all looking good. A new role that's just come up today, actually, it's not on the website, but we're looking for some complementary therapists to help. You must have a qualification beforehand, a recognised qualification, and we would expect 2 years experience and your own insurance. But again, it's a very lovely way that you can help the children and families at a very stressful time. Our shops, we've got 6 shops, and again, it's a great social way to make people help the local community. It's in tidying up, it's putting stock out, it's helping on the till, we train you for that, bit of window dressing if you like that sort of thing. Again, it's a morning or an afternoon shift, and most of the shops will be opening 6 days a week if they aren't already. They're just sort of recovering from COVID situation, and they're in Hampton Hill, Teddington, Shepperton, Cobham, Weybridge and Guildford. And as a volunteer, we like to make you as welcome as we can. You'll receive a monthly newsletter with lots of information about the charity. And we can invite you to an annual event. We haven't had one for a little while, but we hopefully have one soon at one of the hospices. And coffee mornings, and just to try and make you feel as involved as possible. And we literally couldn't run the charity without volunteers. So we would really appreciate to hear from any of you that can spare a bit of time to help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Taryn. It was really good to hear about all the different roles that are available at Shooting Star Hospices. Lots of brilliant work going on there. So hopefully people will want to get involved with that. Right, we have heard from all 16 organisations. Well done, everyone. We've made it to the end. Thank you so much to all our speakers today. I think they really did a fantastic job of talking about the organisations that they work with or volunteer with and the roles on offer. It was really amazing to hear the broad range of opportunities that there are available. Thank you very much too to all our attendees. Well done for staying with us to the end. We hope many of you will be matched to a suitable volunteering role over the coming weeks as a result of today. But even if you don't find one for you on this occasion, I hope you enjoyed finding out more about our fantastic local groups and that it will inspire you to keep looking for the right role. To help you with this, if you haven't already registered on our volunteer database, I would encourage you to do so, as it also means you will receive our volunteer newsletters, which go out every 3 or 4 weeks and are full of volunteering opportunities. Details will be in the follow-up information, which we're sending out on Monday, but you can also sign up via our website. Our website also has information about our training and events for people involved in voluntary groups, and you might also like to follow us on Facebook and Twitter too. Again, please do look out for the evaluation form that we'll be sending out tomorrow, as we are really keen to hear your feedback, and that also gives you the opportunity to let us know if you want us to put you in touch with certain groups. So if particular roles have resonated with you today and you're quite keen to make contact, you can tick on the form tomorrow, provide your name and email address, and we will then put you in touch with those organisations next week. My final thanks go to the Richmond CVS team, especially Caroline and Viv, for organising this brilliant session. I think it has been really wonderful to hear from so many local groups. I know a lot of work goes into organising these events and to make them run smoothly. So thank you, Caroline and Viv, and the rest of the team, Sid and Fran, for all they've done to make this event a success. Thank you again for your interest in attending this event, and I really hope you will be volunteering soon. Thank you and goodbye.